Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Today, from the book How to Talk Well by James Bender, I found this self administered speech test. Okay, so there are a list of questions, and I will read them out loud. If you feel like you're doing any of these things, if the answer to these questions is a yes, then you might have to work on that particular point. Okay, it's just like it's just like checking up on your speech habits now every now and then, so you know what to work on and what not to work on. Okay, let's start. Do I talk with a large amount of saliva in my mouth? Do I use outlandish gestures when I talk with others? Have I ever been accused of using words and gestures inappropriate inappropriate to my age and sex? Do I discuss private affairs so loudly in public that I am heard by those nearby? Do I speak too rapidly? Do I monopolize the conversation? Do I have a correctable speech defect like a lisp or a stutter? Honestly, even I have a bit of a stutter. Like sometimes I just have to keep like this, repeat the sentence. I am trying to work on it. And at some point, we all do stutter. It requires a great deal of practice to get over it. So if the answer to this is a yes, do not panic too much. It's normal, but you have to keep it in mind if it's way too much. Even I'm trying to work on it, so let's do it together. Do I clutter up my speech with expressions such as "do you get me? Yeah, I'm telling ya." Um, a lot of people do use it and it's fine, but when you are starting to learn a language, it is better to avoid such things because you want to be clear, crystal clear when you speak, right? Do I talk a great deal without saying anything worthwhile? Just speaking a lot, and there's not much content in the conversation. For the beginners, it's okay if you're just learning and speaking a great deal without something worthwhile, because you also have the objective of learning the language, learning new vocabulary and words. So it's okay, don't panic. But for somebody in their B2 C1, uh, try to make note of this point. During a conversation, do I introduce many topics unrelated to the subject under discussion? Do I look directly at the person with whom I'm talking? Do I have the habit of asking others to repeat? Do I have the air, or the and air habit? Do I have the habit of interrupting others in the midst of their sentences? Do I talk with food in my mouth? Do I have the habit of arousing people's curiosity about something and not telling them about it? I hate this. A lot of people do it to be for fun, but yeah, it's good for fun. Do I contribute my share to the general conversation? Do I speak with a shrill or hoarse voice? Do I speak in a nasal twang or twang? I don't know the right pronunciation, sorry. Do I ever whisper in the presence of others? Do I take as much care to pronounce word endings or sentence endings as I do word beginnings or sentence beginnings? Do I use big words when simple ones will serve as well? Do I speak in a monotonous tone of voice? Do I talk with a tight jaw so that my words are mumbled with difficult to understand? Do I look up the correct pronunciation of words when in doubt? Do I use good grammar without hesitation or doubt? Do others very often ask me to repeat what I have said to them? Do I speak in a dialect very different from that of the educated people of my community? Do I become husky after talking a good deal? So these were some of the questions. If your answer is yes to any of these questions, then you know that somewhere you have to start working on it. And yep, that's all for today. Let me know if you have any doubts with regard to the questions, or if you don't understand what is so wrong about this particular question, or um, how it affects the conversation. Okay, have a very nice day, and I hope that together we can work towards improving our language.